However, if our intention is to make the presentation chronological, I think you should have started your presentation with the total claims, including both the good and the bad claims. And then you separate the good and the bad.
We will do that. Understood, ma'am. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Honorable Luistro.
I believe that these are the data which are responsive to my question. The question, what year does 59.6 billion represent?
Yes, po.
However, I could not tally the amount. Can you please illustrate to us where is 59.6 billion in your data below? Mr.
po.
Limsiaco, paano mo kaya palalabasin yung 59.6 billion from those figures? I tried adding the totals of RTH, denied and in process, remove in process, or remove RTH and denied. Still, they do not tally with 59.6 billion. And this figure is indicated in your audited financial statement. So please illustrate to us.
Mr.
Nasaan po
Chair,
dyan yung 59.6 billion?
kung tatanggalin po natin yan, ay 2018.
Sandali po, Mr. Limsiaco. Help us understand. Gusto ko po makita itong 59.6 billion because this amount is indicated in your audited financial statement. We are now discussing return to hospital, denied and in process. I believe that this should be reconciled to the data which are being presented right now.
Mr. Chair.
If I may interrupt, for the understanding of the Filipino people, ano po ba ang kahalagahan nitong ating discussion about the delay in payment of claims of hospitals? Because in reality, with all due respect to PhilHealth, marami po akong naririnig na stories of hospitals who have suspended or even stopped certain hospital services. For some, they fully closed. And I even heard stories about employees, health workers, who were dismissed because of issues of delay in the payment of claims. So I am apprehensive that our intended healthcare system for the Filipino people might be affected already because of this delay, considering the alarming amount of 59.6 billion. Of course, we acknowledge na nakasandal din po, umaasa din po ang ating mga hospital dito sa claims na natatanggap nila from PhilHealth. And if they will be suffering from delay in the payment of claims, chances are baka ma-derail po yung services, just like what happened to other hospitals who have stopped already certain services, and for some, they even fully closed, no? So, for the viewing public, nais po nating malaman ano ang kaugnayan nitong 59.6 billion na pending claim with respect dito sa mga hospitals na naririnig nating tumitigil yung ibang hospital services or yung iba ay totally nagsasarado na. How true na may kaugnayan ang delay ng payment ng claim sa mga nangyayaring ganito sa ating mga hospital? Mr. Limsiaco, please.
Mr. Limsiaco, you are recognized.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chair, and magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. To address po the question, may I request to please plus the slide, Mr. Chair? Mayroon kaming presentation material para ma-explain po namin.
Comsec, may I request the Comsec to please... Ayan, ito na po ba?
Mr. Chair, I wish to request Mr. Limsiaco as well to kindly laymanize the presentation of PhilHealth so our fellow Filipino citizens will understand and somehow they will appreciate what is going on if they are encountering the consequences of the delay that we are talking about. Thank you.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chair, Honorable Luistro. Now, in terms of the turnaround time po, when you say turnaround time, ito po yung bilis ng pag-process ng PhilHealth ng claims from receipt, pag-receive ng PhilHealth po, hanggang sa pagpapalabas ng cheque, bayad sa ating mga ospital. Ito pong graph na ito, nagpapakita po that year 2018 papunta year 2024, yung bilis o yung oras, yung araw ng pag-process ng PhilHealth po. Kung makikita po natin in the year 2021, pababa na po yung trend ng turnaround time. Ibig sabihin po, in the year 2024, as mentioned po, ay nasa 23.35 days po yung ang araw ng pag-process po ng PhilHealth. Now, ito po nagpapakita yung instruction ng PCEO Ledesma po na ayusin yung sistema sa pagbayad na mabilisan po. Ito po ay aggregated po ito nationwide. Ibig sabihin, may mga hospitals, may mga claims na more than 23 days o may mga claims na less than 10 days po. So yung average niya ay nasa 23.35 days po. Ibig sabihin, yung isang buwan po na turnaround time na pag-receive ng claims, more or less nababayaran na po ng PhilHealth. Now, pwede po sa before that slide po, doon natin makikita yung claims ng status po. Isang slide po. Before that slide po.
Can we flash again the first slide? Pwede po pakibalik yung first slide. I just want to be clarified, Mr. Limshaco.
Yes po.
Ano po yung figures na nandito sa left hand? 50, 45, 40. What do they represent?
Mr. Chair, that dito sa kanan side, kaliwa, that represents the days po. Mr.
So by
Chair,
50, you mean 50 calendar days?
yes po. And nasa batas po, PhilHealth po ay given the 60 days to process the claims. Meaning po, 60 days dapat hindi po siya lumampas ng 60 days. Yung
For one
pag-process
hospital claim.
sa isang claim po. Opo.
Mr. Limshaco, how about the figures at the bottom? Along with national, 41.4 for 2018. What do they represent?
That figure, Mr. Chair, Honorable Luistro, representing the actual average turnaround time ng pag-process ng PhilHealth ng claim po for that particular year. So meaning, in the year 2018, nasa 41.04 po yung processing time, processing day ng PhilHealth po. So
the average number of days for all the claims that were facilitated is 41.04 number of days.
Yes po, Mr. Chair, Honorable Luistro po.
In other words, the one on the left hand is the actual number of days, and the one at the bottom is the average number of days.
Mr. Chair, Honorable Luistro, itong sa baba po, yun na yung pinaka-absolute na average turnaround time po natin. And then dito po sa kaliwa, naka-range po siya ng +5, meaning kung sabihin natin 41, nasa 41.04 in the year 2018, nasa 40 po, nasa 40 po yung bar natin.
But that represent the number of days as well.
Yes po, Mr. Chair, Honorable Luistro po.
Mr. Chair, just a follow-up question po. If,
Congressman Sia, you are
Jinky
recognized.
allows his representation. Can we go back to the slides? Because we want to understand. I think Congressman Jinky wants to convey to ito pong explanation po to the public as easily as they can understand.
Opo.
So pakibalik po. Ito pong nasa left side, that's clear. Sabi niyo po, yung vertical, yung anyang arrangement is, yan yung number of days. The bottom, 41.04. Ito po, what's the basis for you to arrive at the 41.04? The total of
Yes po.
The total number of payments, the total
average, aggregated average po ng claims na
the amount of
pumapasok kay
claims that
PhilHealth,
you need to pay
the
out.
number po and the processing po ng claims po natin. Meaning, ito po, kumbaga naka-range po tayo sa vertical. Ito po yung 41.04, 22.79. Ito na po yung actual na turnaround time po on that particular year. Na umabot sa ng 41.04 and bumaba sa ng 22.79. In the year 2019, that is the pre-COVID stage. And umakyat po siya dahil nasa COVID stage po tayo. And post-COVID po, dahan-dahan na po siya na bumaba naman until sa 2024 po na operation na pinipilit po ng korporasyon na ibaba pa yung turnaround po ng pagbayad ng claims sa ating mga hospitals and facilities po.
One follow-up lang po para maintindihan lang po ng talagang taong
Apo.
bayan. Itong 41.04% is percent ba ito o number of days?
Number of days po. Average number of days po sa pag-process ng claims.
So lahat yan number of days. On the vertical arrangement on the left side, in that of the bottom figures, are all number of days. It does not represent any percentage of an
Yes po.
actual. Okay.
Yes
Thank
po.
you.
Sa other slide po, makikita natin yung numero at saka yung percentage po, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Para mas klaro po. Thank you, Mr. Lim Siaco.
Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Kong Jinky.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, PCO, ma'am.
just a quick interjection, no. So, lahat po 'yan average number of days, Mr. Chair, no. Now, just to give an idea, PhilHealth kasi sa dami pong claims, we process roughly 10,000 claims daily, no. So that number would be very good kasi at least may sense, parang average po 'yan per year. So, parang may sense, 'yan yung number of days. So, that's just, I hope that explains it better, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Lim Siaco, tama po
Please.
bang sabihin that your presentation pertains only to those claims which were paid already?
Mr. Chair, Honorable Luistro, tama po, these are paid already claims.
In other
Ano,
words,
papakita po natin.
in your presentation, hindi po kasama etong 59.6 na pending claim against PhilHealth.
Yes po. Ang sunod natin na slide po, ipapakita na po namin yung anong ibig sabihin ng 59.6 billion po na binanggit nyo po na mga claims po. Sunod natin.
Can we bring back the slide, please? Can you please educate us? Paano po kayo nag-arrive dun sa 41.04? Please present the actual computation.
Yes po. Ito po, ang 41.06 po ay total aggregate claims po na na-receive po natin.
I understand. Pero ano po yung mga figures na finactor in nyo to be able to arrive at 41.04?
Kinukuha po natin kung kailan ng PhilHealth po na-receive yung claims and kinukuha din po natin kung kailan po na-checkeyan ang claims. So,
Can you please present to us the actual computation of that 41.04?
Mr. Chair, Kong Luistro, dito po hindi namin wala kaming data na nadala po, but we can come up with that computation po.
Perhaps we can ask
Yes po.
your technical staff in the office, and before we conclude with our hearing today, Mr. Lim Siaco, you will be able to present to us the computation that you did to be able to come up with that 41.04. Pakibalik po yung first slide. Because only if nasusunod natin itong presentation being shared by PhilHealth with respect to all hospital claims, these are acceptable. 41.04 number of days, 22.7 number of days, 43.8 number of days, 47.5 number of days, 32.4 number of days, 34 and 23, all within the 60 number of days which is mandated under your charter, correct? Is this correct, Mr. Lim Siaco?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So if
Honorable Luistro.
only this presentation is being followed really by PhilHealth with respect to all claims, I don't think we will be encountering this 59.6 billion unpaid claims?
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair,
Before I recognize Mandy, the chair would like to recognize the Honorable David J.J. Suarez, Deputy Speaker from the 2nd District of Quezon. The chair would like to recognize also the Honorable Vice Chairperson Romeo Acop from the 2nd District of Antipolo City. Please continue.
Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, yes, pardon me, Mr.
Yes.
Chair. Just
With
before we
indulgence
allow-
of
Yeah, with the indulgence of Kong
Chair
Jiggy,
would like to
pasensya na po.
recognize
Gusto ko lang
Congressman
po
Sia.
maintindihan before we go to another slides, no? Pakibalik lang po yung first slide para we are on the same wavelength, no? Diyan sa baba, pasensya na po sabi niyo po that corresponds to the number of days. My question is, bakit merong 0.79? What's 79 and what 04, what 53 represent? Is it hours? 32.44. 34.20. Yeah. Sige po.
Mr. Chair, Honorable Adjong, again, yung calculation po natin dito, kailan po na-receive ng PhilHealth and kailan po na-issue ng cheque ng PhilHealth. Now, ibig sabihin, lahat ng mga claims na yan, kinukuha natin yung number of days and tinototal po, divide by the number of claims po to, and then we can get that 41.04, meaning kasama po siya sa calculation natin na talagang may butal po na lumalabas po.
Yung butal kasi in terms of days, this is not an amount to be paid, this is number of days, no? Yung question ko po, yung sabi ni Kong Jinky, kasi gusto natin maintindihan talaga at sa mga tao, what does the decimal point represent? Is it number of hours? If 41 is the number of days, what is decimal point represent? Is it hours?
Mr. Chair, Honorable Adjong, meaning that butal po, that will represent a fraction of a day, meaning convert into hour po, pwede rin po natin siya ganun mangyayari po. So, kumbaga, nasa stamp po tayo ng pag-receive ng PhilHealth because automated na po to, and nakikita din po niya yung kailan na-issuean ng cheque po, and then add up and divide based on the number of claims processed on that day. Again po, on that year, I mean. Again po, this slide po, kung makikita nyo po, national good TAT, meaning these are good claims. Meaning, ibig sabihin nito, yung mga claims na pumapasok po sa PhilHealth na talagang quality niya ay mataas, ibig sabihin free of defects na siya, kumaga, na through and through yung processing ng PhilHealth ng pag-process and pagbabayad po, Mr. Chair, Kong Adjong.
I just want to make a comment to what you said.
Ma'am, sorry, can I address first so we don't get too far? Is it okay, ma'am?
With all due respect, Mr. Ledesma, this has something to do with his earlier manifestation. If you are saying that those decimal numbers represent the fraction of day, then I wish to believe that they represent hour. Do you agree?
Yes po naman. Yes po, Kong Honorable Luestro po.
Thank you.
Maraming
Mr.
salamat.
Chair,
Yeah.
that Mr. Ledesma wished to manifest something.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Can I proceed, Mr. Chair?
Please proceed.
Yeah. Thank you.
PCO Mandy.
Mr. Chair, actually, I think one of the reasons, kasi ang gaganda ng mga questioning, no, it's all very excellent, no? But I think why maybe the committee, it's a little misleading yet, because I want to highlight, the slide Sernet showed is good claims, no? And the issue, I think what we're trying to discuss, Mr. Chair, is the 59.8 billion. Marami po dyan kasi is what's called denied and RTH, no? And actually, that will be explained in our next slide, no? So, I think, ma'am, medyo, it's a little confusing because, like you were saying kasi, ma'am, if with that amount of days, very good yan. Pero, I want to highlight, ma'am, good claims po yon. Yung 59.8, majority of that are anyway, Sernet will elaborate more, no? Are what's called RTH, returned to hospital, and denied claims, which don't fall under good claims po. Kaya doon medyo may konting, yes po.
I understand, Mr. Ledesma. However, if our intention is to make the presentation chronological, I think you should have started your presentation with the total claims. including both the good and the bad claims. And then
We'll
you
do that, ma'am.
separate the good and the bad.
We will do that. Understood, ma'am. Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Chair.
Mr. Chair, permission, Mr. Chair, that we will be showing
Yes,
our slide, Mr. Chair.
but before you proceed with your presentation, may I know, ang sinasabi po ni Congressman Luistro na 29 billion, yun po yung nabayaran natin.
Mr. Chair, the
Tama
one
ba?
mentioned
Parang
59.6.
59.8 ata, Mr. Chair.
Hindi, yung sinasabi niya yung unpaid 59
Oh, 59.6.
Tama ba?
Oo.
Unpaid Yung pinakikita ninyo,
59.6 billion unpaid.
So yung pinakikita po ninyo, magkakano po yun? Yung nabayaran ninyo ng 23 days, ilan po yun?
Mr. Chair, sa
29?
presentation makita po natin dito po.
Okay, sige.
Kung magkanong amount po yan for year 2024 po.
Okay, sige, please.
Initially po, before inaayos nila po yung ating slide, that 59.6 billion, Mr. Chair, as discussed in our previous hearing, ay denied and returned to hospital claims. So, 37.1 billion are denied claims. When we say denied, talagang may reason tayo. And we will be showing that one, Mr. Chair. And 22.5 billion representing return to hospital. Ito ay for compliance, kulang mga dokumento. Of course, meron din tayong presentation slide. Ano yung mga rason po nito? So meaning, these are claims already in the hospital, binalik po ng PhilHealth. Kumbaga, because these are denied, these are returned to hospital. Mr. Chair, let me proceed to my presentation already. This one is the claims processing flow of good claims, Mr. Chair. So, hospital or health facilities submitting claims to PhilHealth to our regional office, and I would like to highlight, Mr. Chair, that we are using the e-claims already, meaning automated po yung submission of claims to PhilHealth. And it will pass through the medical prepayment review, adjudication review, payment preparation, and auto-credit payment to Land Bank, Mr. Chair. Now, as mentioned, in the year 2024, our processing time for the good claims is 23.35. And we have the definition of what is a good claim, what is a paid claim, and we have the turnaround time, Mr. Chair. Next slide, please. Of course, there are some instances, Mr. Chair, that there are defects in the claims submitted to us, Mr. Chair. So, pag adjudication, nakikita na may kakulangan, so return to hospital, and talagang pag hindi siya sumunod sa palisiya, bigger, kumbaga, ang kanyang defects to the return to hospital claims, i-denied siya kaagad. So, Mr. Chair, binabalik po natin sa hospital for them to comply relative to the return to hospital claims na maproprocess nila, makompleto nila, Mr. Chair, yung mga requirement ng PhilHealth. And on the part naman po ng denied claims, they can submit naman ng motion of reconsideration for them, for PhilHealth to process that one and then i-review if pumasa na o okay na yung claims batay sa requirement ng ating mga adjudicator at the regional office, ay ibabalik siya sa claims processing po natin para mababayaran. Pag hindi po, yung ating CRC at the regional office, pag hindi po siya pumasok o hindi siya inalaw, ibalik sa hospital, and our hospital or health facilities, pwede po sila mag-appeal at our protest appeal review department. And if it will be allowed, ibalik sa hospital and ma-file sa regional office po natin, it will be processed and paid. Pero pag hindi po siya pumasok sa quality o sa qualification ng PhilHealth, talagang final denied na po yung claims na ito. So yun po yung proseso po natin. Next slide po. Sa next slide po, makikita na po natin dito yung availment and
If
utilization.
I may interrupt, Mr. Limshaco, so just so we don't get lost, you mentioned about denial of claims.
Opo.
Can you please give us a quick rundown? Ano bang nagiging cause ng denial of claims?
Mr. Chair, Honorable Luistro, mayroon po tayo reason po dito sa slide po natin.
The succeeding slide.
Mga succeeding slides po.
Alright.
Maraming salamat po. In this slide, Mr. Chair, this is the processing po ng PhilHealth for the past year 2017 hanggang sa 2024 po. And makikita po natin that average of 93-94% po of claims received by PhilHealth nababayaran po natin. Year 2024, mababa lang po siya sa 85% because ito po ay yung claims ng November and December na babayaran, pinaprocess po ng PhilHealth sa January. Ganun po ang scenario po natin. So meaning, 94% of the claims makikita po natin talagang nababayaran po binayaran ng PhilHealth sa ating mga health facilities po. Yun ang ibig sabihin nito po. Next slide please.
And Mr. Limshaco,
Yes po.
since ang ganda nung average ng payment of claims mo, I just wish to be clarified. Ito bang 59.6 billion unpaid? What year does this represent?
Yes po, ma'am. Mr. Chair, it will be shown on the next slide po.
All
Meron
the
pa po.
answers are on the next slide.
Yes po. Nandyan
Thank
po
you.
siya. Bilisan ko lang ng konti po para more or less maabot natin yung slide na yun po. Next slide please. Ito naman po ay national din po yung datos natin, 2017 to 2024, of claims po na binayaran ng PhilHealth on that particular year. No? So 2017, 102 billion pesos. And of course, makikita po natin na tumaas siya ng 146 billion in the year 2024. These are claims received in 2024 and paid in the year 2024 po. So tumaas na po siya dahil sa ating 30% na increase that was implemented by the corporation in February 2024 po. Next slide please. Ito naman po yung claims lang po ng 2024 po natin, received in process, meaning 85% of the claims bayad na po tayo and in process po ay 9.3% representing 19.9 billion. And we have that RTH of 2% and denied of 3.3%, Mr. Chair. So meaning, again, as I mentioned, 85% of the claims received in the year 2024, nabayaran po in the year 2024, Mr. Chair, Honorable Luistro. Next slide, please. Ito po yung ang figure as mentioned kanina po na 59.6 ay 2018 to 2024 po siya. Pero ito po yung slide po natin, dahil meron na kaming available slides na 2017, in-add up na po namin dito. And ito po yung status of the claims po. We receive a total of 101 million claims from 2017 to 2024. Meaning, in the year 2024, we have 16 million claims po. And out of that 16 million claims, 176 million ay ang katumbas na pera ng claims po na yan. Now, out of that 16 million, 13.7 million or 85% na bayaran po as presented a while ago, 146 billion po siya, yung amount, money value of that 13.7 claims. Now, on the next sa ilalim po, that is the RTH po natin. Kung makikita po natin, isama po yung 2017, that's 2.1 billion po, million claims po na return to hospital representing 23.5 billion pesos. Again, ito po yung claims na binalik ng PhilHealth sa hospital for them to process, to comply, in ibalik dapat sa PhilHealth. Now, that represents 2% po of the total. Now, we have the denied. Ito naman po yung mga claims na talagang outright dininay na po ng korporasyon. But of course, again, they have still the chance to request for appeal. May proseso din po tayo sa pag-appeal po nito. So that's 3.8 million pesos. That's 39.8 million pesos. So ito po yung 23.5 at saka yung 39.8. Again, 2018 to 2024 po yung 59.6 billion natin. Now, dinagdag natin, again, may available kaming slide po na to para mapresenta po natin dito na isama namin po yung 2017, kaya po yung total na yan. Meaning, yung dalawan ng account po na ito, the RTS and denied, nasa hospital po to, hindi po siya considered namin na utang dahil po yung claims ay nasa kanila po. Ang aming kinoconsidered na utang po dito, ito yung in process. Meaning, we received that one, but pagdating ng December 31, 2024, naabutan po kami ng cut-off date and nasa position po ng korporasyon yung claims na ito and umaabot po siya ng 19.9 billion sa year 2024. And kung kukunin pa po natin, may mga previous years pa na mga maliliit po na claims ay umabot siya ng 22 billion, Mr. Chair. Again, bulto ito or more than 99%, 98% of the claims na sa in process po ng PhilHealth ay nasa 2024 po. And for the information of everyone, Mr. Chair, marami po na-receive si PCO Ledesma na letter of commendation, including the PHA, dahil na-experiensyahan po nila, obserbahan po nila ang bilis ng pagbayad ng claims under sa leadership ni PCO Ledesma, Mr. Chair. Next slide, please.
Mr. Limsiaco, before you proceed to your presentation,
Yes po, ma'am.
I'm not a number person. So, the data you are presenting, the table below, are they representing also data from 2017 to 2024?
Mr. Chair, yes po, Honorable Loistro.
I believe that these are the data which are responsive to my question. The question, what year does 59.6 billion represent?
Yes po.
However, I could not tally the amount. Can you please illustrate to us where is 59.6 billion in your data below?
Yes po. As I mentioned kanina, Mr. Chair, Honorable Loistro, that 59.6 billion representing 2018 to 2024. 2018 to 2024 po na RTS.
Can you please cite the amount?
Kung sa 2018 to 2024, ang ating denied ay nasa 37.1 billion. Again, Mr. Chair, naisama namin yung 2017 po dito. That's the reason why naging 39.8 po siya. Now, ang sa RTS naman po, ang figure po natin sa RTS ng 2018 to 2024 ay 22.5 billion. Ang dito po ay nasa 23.5 because naisama po yung 2017, year 2017
Mr.
po.
Limsiaco, paano mo kaya palalabasin yung 59.6 billion from those figures? I tried adding the totals of RTH, denied and in process, remove in process, or remove RTH and denied. Still, they do not tally with 59.6 billion. And this figure is indicated in your audited financial statement. So please illustrate to us.
Mr.
Nasaan po
Chair,
dyan yung 59.6 billion?
Mr. Chair, Honorable Luistro, ang 59.6 billion again composed of RTH and denied minus the year 2017. So kay 2018 to 2024 po yung datos po natin na ibigay last time, kaya nagtotal lang siya ng 59.6 billion, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Limsiaco, kanina po tinanong ko kayo if the data below likewise represent the data for 2017 to 2024, similar to the table above. Sabi niyo po, yes.
Yes po.
You still confirm that?
Yes po. Kukunin lang po natin ang 2017 po. Kung titingnan po natin sa RTS po, may 119,000 po. Kung kukunin natin ang 2017
Wait, where's
po,
119,000?
RTS column po, Mr. Chair.
RTH?
Opo. Yung column po na yan, na 2017 po, kung tatanggalin po natin yan, ay 2018.
Sandali po, Mr. Limsiaco. Help us understand. Gusto ko po makita itong 59.6 billion because this amount is indicated in your audited financial statement. We are now discussing return to hospital, denied and in process. I believe that this should be reconciled to the data which are being presented right now.
Mr. Chair, Mr. Chair.
Yes, PC Omandi.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I think there's a slight confusion, no, if I can clarify. No? Yes, Sir Net mentioned that the 59.8 is in the data. No? But ma'am, I think we should be clear that the 59.8 is from 2018 to 2024. The data in the screen includes 2017, ma'am. So, yes, it is correct the data is all there. Pero ma'am, para hindi nakakalito, kailangan bawasan yung 2017. Dahil 2018 to 2024 lang po. Kaya atap po kayo nalilito kasi pati yung 2017 nadagdagan nyo po. No? Just wanted to
So-
clarify that po. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Are you referring to the total amount of RTH, total amount of denied? Ganun po ba yon?
Mr. Chair, Kong Nuestro, tama po, ma'am. So that 59.6...
So which amount should I deduct from the total of 23 billion and the total of 39 billion to come up with 59.6 billion?
Mr. Chair, interjection, most respectfully.
Yes, Congressman Gutierrez.
Mr. Chair, just to clarify po, I think I understand the point ni Congresswoman Luistro and also the point of Senior Vice President Limsiaco. So you're saying ito 2017 to 2024.
Yes po.
However, the cited data is 2018, but to 2024 also. Yes. But I agree po siguro po kasi if we take a look at the chart again, please, the table. So I think the tallying would be you get the total of yung denied plus yung total of the RTH, deduct 2017 RTH and deduct 2017 denied. Tama po. So if you'd follow that, 23,521,711,694 na total RTH plus the denied of 39,871,703,000 minus yung sa 2017 for the denied, which is 2,447,728, 447,728,348 minus also for 2017 na RTH 897,558,734. Tama po ba that would be the formula to deduct 2017? The total is still 60 billion po. It's close to 59.8, but you have to understand, pag hindi po nagtatali, it does not inspire confidence in the numbers po, no?
Mr. Chair, Kong Gutierrez, tama po, because again, as I mentioned, this data po, ang extraction date ay iba po siya, but nevertheless, pareho po yung prinsipyo po ng data po nito. Meaning, that 59.6 billion po natin, composed of RTS and composed of denied po. Now, magka-diferensya po siya na konti na lang immaterial insignificant na po siya. But the composition
I'm
of...
sorry, I refuse to accept that is immaterial and insignificant. When you're presenting numbers, we assume them to be accurate.
Mr. Chair, I can give you the figure, Mr. Chair, in one table that represents already the 59.6 as presented in the
I think
previous
that would be
meeting.
better because that was the point of the good Congresswoman from Batangas. She wanted a breakdown. Bakit? It took us, when we finally looked at the table, ngayon nyo lang po linalabas. I hope you understand the frustration po, no? I mean, we can't call this insignificant. When there is kahit minor differences po, it does not inspire confidence in the data presented to this committee.
Duly noted on your comment, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Just for the information of the committee, the exact amount showed in our report is 59.6 billion and not 59.8 billion. So if the Honorable Gutierrez was able to compute the total unpaid to 60 billion, then there's a difference of like 400 million.
Mr. Chair, Honorable Luistro, tama po, as I presented kanina, I provided you with the details of that 59.6 already as presented in the previous hearing. And then our data here ay na-ready po natin for presentation composed of 2017 to 2024 po. So more or less the composition again of 59.6 ay returned to hospital and denied claims po siya. So meaning if looking into the definition of is this payable of PhilHealth to the hospital, again the figure presented a while ago, the in-process claims, these are claims that we considered as talagang utang ng PhilHealth, meaning these are claims received by PhilHealth under process and it will be paid once it will complete the process of the claims processing and of course preparation of the check, Mr. Chair. Again, 19 billion out of that 22 billion ay coming from year 2024 and November, December claims po ito. Ang majority of this one ay November and December claims, Mr. Chair. Thank you po.
Can you please state once more which part are you acknowledging as unpaid or obligation?
Mr. Chair,
Para
Honorable-
kasing the way I heard it, you're trying to distinguish the nature of your obligation
Yes
with
po.
respect to RTH, denied, and in process. May nabanggit po ba kayo na which category do you really consider as obligation and which you do not consider as obligation?
Before you answer that, the Chair would like to recognize the Honorable Janet Garin, Vice Chairperson from the 1st District of Iloilo.
Hindi. 400.
Please respond to the query of Congresswoman Luistro.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chair, Honorable Luistro. Again, on the part ng PhilHealth, Mr. Chair, we have here the in-process claims. These are claims na received ng korporasyon and pinaprocess po siya. And that's amounting to 22 billion from year 2017 up to year 2024 po. And specifically in the year 2024 po, we have 19.9 or 20 billion na in process po. So, meaning these are claims received ng korporasyon and pinoproseso ng ating mga regional offices hanggang mababayaran po siya. So ito po yung ang payable talaga o kaya claims na talagang inaasikaso ng corporation para mababayaran, Mr. Chair. As I mentioned kanina, the RTS and the denied claims, these are claims that we return to the hospital in the accumulation and from year 2017 hanggang sa 2024 po, Mr. Chair, Honorable Luistro. Thank you po.
Mr. Limsiaco, ito bang RTH na sinasabi mo, return to hospital, ito ba'y may prescriptive period when they are supposed to comply with the insufficient requirements?
Mr. Chair, Honorable Luistro, ang ating prescriptive period, pag hindi nila na-comply yung 60 days, batay sa existing na palisiya po natin, ay pumapatak siya kaagad as denied claims na siya. Itong return to hospital naman, ito ay may mga kakulangan sa dokumento, kakulangan sa pagpirma ng mga dokumento galing sa ating mga healthcare facilities that na-submit po nila sa corporation po.
So did the PhilHealth bother to identify how many of those claims have prescribed already?
Mr. Chair, Honorable Luistro, on the part of the prescript 160 days at 60 days, mayroon po tayong analysis on this one. And mayroon akong slide dito po, pwede siguro papunta na tayo doon para makita na po natin ang rason.
I felt quite disturbed, Mr. Limsiaco, when you said that the obligation that you consider of PhilHealth is the one in process represented by the figure 19 billion. I wish to believe that those in the RTH and the denied, for as long as the period has not prescribed yet, should be considered still as obligation of PhilHealth. In fact, I wish to ask further, after the remedies within the PhilHealth office, what other remedies are available to the hospital in the court, like the Court of Appeals and the Supreme Court? Because my humble submission is, for as long as all these remedies have not yet been exhausted, all these obligations remain as obligations of PhilHealth.
Mr. Chair, Honorable Luistro, again, the RTH and denied claims ay, particularly return to hospital muna tayo. These are claims at the position of the hospital. So nasa kanila po, dahil binalik ng corporation, dahil may kakulangan po siya, and we are expecting that within 60 days, maibalik siya sa corporation para ma-process po. Meaning, Mr. Chair, Honorable Luistro, if makikita po natin in the year 2017 down the line, ito po yung mga claims na naibalik pero hindi na po siya bumalik sa corporation. Hindi po siya na-refile sa corporation. Hindi po siya na-request for payment ng ating mga health facilities.
So you have a graph presentation as well about the RTH which were never returned to PhilHealth.
Ito, Mr. Chair, Honorable Luistro, ito po siya yung mga datos po natin in terms of the RTH po, Mr. Chair, Honorable Luistro. Meaning we are encouraging them actually na ibalik dahil for compliance lang po to.
May we know the reason why they refused or they failed to return to the corporation? The RTH which are supposed to be returned with compliance with respect to the requirements.
Mr. Chair, Honorable Luistro, may I request our expert in claims processing po. We have here Doc SVP Vargas.
I just find it strange, no? Kasi pera na to ng hospital eh. Coverage ng PhilHealth, all they need to do is to facilitate the claim and they will be able to collect. That is a collection and perhaps revenue of the hospital. What would stop them or discourage them to return the claim with complete requirements?
Quick interjection, Mr. Chair.
Please continue,
Can we
Congresswoman
please
Cristo.
put again on the screen the last slide? I will be concluding my interpellation on this slide, Mr. Chair. Going over the top 10 reasons for the cases of return to hospital, I observe that these are mostly documentary. Some are minor discrepancy. And I feel disturbed that the purpose of our universal health care is being defeated because of the issues of documentary requirements or minor discrepancies, when in fact, these claims are legitimate claims, I wish to believe. Now, I wish to ask PhilHealth, ano po bang countermeasures ang inyong ginawa, itinulong sa hospital to facilitate this RTH and in order to give what is due to the hospitals who have rendered the services already to the patients?
Mr. Chair.
Yes, PCEO Mandy.
I will reply, Mr. Chair, and then if I can allow COO Eli Santos to continue answering the query. Ma'am, we hear you loud and clear. What we are doing is we are encouraging, strongly encouraging, actually doing it, face-to-face reconciliation with the different hospitals and doctors. We are doing capacity building also. Kasi what we've found out historically after we have these face-to-face reconciliations, palaging very successful. Something good always comes out of the meeting. But aside from that, ma'am, to address your query, can I ask CEO to elaborate on the other measures we are taking to address this?
Yes, Attorney Dino Santos.
Mr. Chairperson, Honorable Representative Luistro, in line with the recommendation earlier of Honorable Representative Garin, PhilHealth is also improving its system. So this system, Mr. Chairperson, Honorable Representative Listro, involves front-end evaluation, meaning the evaluation, the filtering itself is done in the front end. What we are doing right now, the process
You mean
is,
in the hospital?
Yes, Mr. Chairperson, meaning when PhilHealth fully implements that system, the evaluation now is front end. So in that case, all claims that enters PhilHealth will only be good claims, ready for processing and for payment.
And if that happens, there will be no more RTH.
That's correct, Mr.
Because no
Chairperson.
claim will be reaching the PhilHealth if the claim is not compliant with the requirements.
That's correct, Mr. Chairperson.
But I
Honorable
wish to
Representative-
hear also, anong pong assistance ang binibigay nyo sa hospital, sa patient, to avoid non-submission or non-referral of claims to PhilHealth? Kasi yung statement natin na no claims will be reaching the PhilHealth unless they are complete, compliant, medyo disadvantageous po yun sa part ng patient, sa part ng hospital, na baka kaya compliant lahat ng nakakarating sa inyo is because walang assistance naman na nare-receive ang patient at ang hospital to make their claims compliant.
Before I recognize you, the Chair would like to recognize the Honorable Robert Ace Barbers from the 2nd District of Surigao del Norte. Please continue, Attorney Santos.
Mr. Chairperson, Honorable Representative Luis Tro, at present, we have, in addition to the strategies mentioned by our beloved President and CEO, Sir Manny Ledesma, we also implement this program called Reach Out. So, Mr. Chairperson, Honorable Representative Luis Tro, we monitor the level of RTH and denied claims of each facility so that when it reaches a level above 3% or even 2%, Mr. Chairperson, we immediately contact the provider or the facility and inform them of that situation. So we reconcile data and immediately implement measures to prevent these from happening again. So we coordinate closely with the providers so that they will correct their practices, Mr. Chairperson. Probably what they need is more orientation, more training, more education on how to prepare and process claims from their end. So that again, the submitted claims will improve, Mr. Chairperson, Honorable Representative Luis.
And if I may add, Attorney Santos, I hope we can provide also a PhilHealth focal person, hospital-based, who can actually and physically assist both the hospital and the patient in accomplishing all your requirements. And for my second point, I hope there are still chances to simplify the requirements in the process. Kasi kamukha po nung sinabi kanina ni Honorable Garin, if the patient is not so educated, it might be very difficult for him or for her filling in all those forms. But if we can simplify them, kung tawagin ng iba, user-friendly ang form, madaling unawain, I think we will be able to avoid itong mga RTH or non-submission of claims. And for my last point, PhilHealth, kanina po may nabanggit kayo, out of the total number of RTH, a significant number were never returned anymore to PhilHealth. May I know the percentage?
Mr. Chair, can I address the question?
Yes, Sir Mandy.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Ma'am, before Sir Renet gives you the figure, no, I just wanted to add to your earlier query. We have what's called PhilHealth Cares. So we have a number of personnel that are nationwide of more than 500 people.
Are they hospital-based?
Who are here to assist all of those in the hospitals, to walk them through and to help them on anything and everything.
Hospital-based po ba sila?
Hospital-based po. And we are planning to, marami na po yan, more than 500, pero i-expand pa namin yan because we understand po the importance of...
Does it include private hospitals?
Yes po. Kasama pong private hospitals po.
I hope you can provide to all, average to big,
Yes po.
both private and government hospitals.
Yes po. We realize the importance po. And like I said, although we currently have more than 500, we will expand it even more
And
po.
I hope you can come up also with the necessary remedy with respect to small hospitals if the number of your field personnel are not sufficient anymore to cater the same service to small hospitals, especially in the provinces.
Yes po. Noted po.
Palikan ko po, Mr. Ledesma, yung question ko. Sabi niyo po kanina, out of the total number of RTH, marami ang hindi na talaga ibinalik sa PhilHealth. May I know the percentage?
Mr. Chair, Honorable Representative Luistro, the figure that we presented kanina, these are mga claims, RTS claims na hindi bumalik sa PhilHealth. Because once it will be refiled, it will now be received by the corporation and will be, it can be nasa in process siya or nasa paid po siya para hindi magdo-double counting po tayo. Meaning,
No, the context of what I heard kanina, hindi na ibinalik sa PhilHealth dahil hindi na ipinursu ang compliance with the requirements. How many of the total number of RTH were not actually returned anymore? Please do not change the context. I understand your point.
Mr. Chair, Honorable Representative Luestro, again, yung figure na pinapakita natin kanina, ito po yung numero ng mga RTH claims na hindi bumalik sa PhilHealth. Because pag ang RTH claims po na ibalik po sa corporation, it will be
In process.
in process pag hindi pa siya bayad or nasa paid na po siya kung nababayaran po natin ang claims para po hindi po mag-double counting po yung claims po natin.
If that is the case, then that leads me to my next question. Are there cases of RTH pinalik sa hospital, kulang ang requirements, pero hindi na bumalik sa inyo?
Mr. Chair, Honorable Representative Luistro, ito po yung numero na hindi
I
na talaga
understand.
bumalik sa
Please be
PhilHealth.
responsive to my question, Mr. Limsiaco. I understand you were saying na yung figure na present nyo for RTH ay napupunta either in process or paid already. That is very clear to me. But the context of my question is, suppose the reason for the RTH is kulang ang requirements. Reason why you return the claim to the hospital. Mayroon po bang ganyang mga cases ang PhilHealth claim? I believe that the question is answerable by yes or no, Mr. Limsiaco.
Mr. Chair, Honorable Luistro, this figure 2.174 million claims under RTS as presented earlier, ito ang claims na hindi na bumalik sa PhilHealth. Hindi na refile na sa PhilHealth.
Alam mo,
Meaning,
Mr.
sa
Limsiaco,
kanila na po.
medyo confusing yung statement mo kanina. You even asked us to add up RTH and denied. And now you're giving us the impression na itong RTH either dininay, napunta yung figure sa denied. Either in process, napunta yung figure sa in process. Or nabayaran, napunta yung figure doon sa paid. Lalo tayong mawawala doon sa 59.6 billion na ipinapatali namin kanina sa PhilHealth. Are you following me, Mr. Limsiaco?
Mr. Chair, Honorable Luistro, as discussed kanina po, as presented po, again, itong figure na napakita po natin dito, these are still return to hospital claims na hindi na bumalik sa corporation, meaning hindi na po siya na-refiled sa PhilHealth as of December 31, 2024 po.
Can we bring back this slide?
Yes po. Please.
If you're saying that, Mr. Limsiaco, then that is my question actually, no? Pakibalik po yung RTH, denied, and in process na slide. You just stated, Mr. Limsiaco, na yung RTH mo, correct me if I'm wrong, hindi na talaga binalik at pre-process sa PhilHealth. Do you confirm that?
Yes, Mr. Chair, Honorable Luistro.
If you're saying hindi na binalik at pre-process sa PhilHealth, then why? Earlier you said, itong RTH, kapag binalik sa ospital, napupunta sa in-process.
Okay.
Or kapag nabayaran na, napupunta sa paid. So which is which?
Mr. Chair, Honorable Luistro, as of December 31, 2024, nasa RTS po siya.
The 4,499,000 4,499,000,000, the RTH.
Yes
That's
po.
2024.
2024 po. As of December 31, RTS po siya. Now, once the hospital will submit the compliance to PhilHealth, pagdating ng January 2025, that claims, pag-extract po natin, pagkuha natin ng datos ng January 2025, ma-receive ng korporasyon, hindi na siya ma-reflect as part of the return to hospital, but it will be in process po siya. Dahil yan ay may compliance na on the requirement that PhilHealth requested the hospital to submit, Mr. Chair.
Yes, I'm
Honorable
following
po.
you, Mr. Limsiaco.
Yes po.
So out of the total of 4,499,000, suppose hindi lahat bumalik sa hospital. Suppose ang bumalik sa hospital is only 4 billion. Where will I see the remaining 499 million? Naka-RTH pa rin. Di ba?
Nasa RTS po siya.
By
Mr.
January
Chair.
2025, the succeeding month after December 2024, ang bumalik sa hospital ay 4 billion lang, nalipat yung 4 billion dun sa in-process, yung 499 million na hindi bumalik, I will be seeing that in January 2025 data. Kasi RTH pa rin ang status niya. Tama?
Tama po.
So, I wish to be confirmed. May mga cases ba talaga, like the one I illustrated, totally hindi na bumalik? And what is the percentage of those cases out of the total number of RTH?
Mr. Chair,
Dr. Pargas.
yes, Honorable Luistro, I think what SVP Limsiaco said that the first condition is actually the process, wherein we evaluate the claims. If the claims is okay, then it will be paid. Otherwise, it will be returned to the hospital or otherwise denied.
O
And
kaya
then-
nga,
Opo.
I perfectly understand what Mr. Limsiaco said, Dr. Pargas, no? Ang tinatanong ko lang, in actual, mayroon ba talagang hindi na bumabalik?
Meron po, and actually,
Ano pong
sorry.
percentage?
According to the statement of SVP Limsiaco earlier, those numbers are the numbers that were not actually returned to us. They were returned to the hospital but were not refiled.
That 4 billion? 499 million?
I am confirming with the statement of SVP Limsiaco, and he said yes.
That is huge. That is huge. And can you please cite the reason why? Ang laking pera nito para hindi balikan ng mga hospital. Di ba?
Mr. Chair, Honorable Luis.
We are on the same page, Mr.
Yes.
Limsiaco.
Yes po.
As of December 2024, the total of return to hospital is 4,499,000,000. And to laymanize it, ito'y mga ibinalik sa hospital, to this date, hindi pinaprocess sa PhilHealth. Now, what are the reasons bakit hindi sila nagko-comply, hindi nila binabalik sa PhilHealth para makaklaim sila?
Yes, po.
Paano sila makakaklaim kung hindi nila aayusin yung kulang at ibabalik sa PhilHealth?
Maraming salamat po, Mr. Chair, Honorable Luistro. As mentioned by PCO Ledesma a while ago, we are engaging the hospital for the claims reconciliation. Now, dito po, inahanap yung mga claims po natin. Dito po nalalaman kung saan yung mga claims. And of course, dito rin po, instances wherein the hospital, nalalaman niya na may mga claims pala na hindi binalik kay PhilHealth. And dito po, there are some hospital owners na nagagalit sa harap ng PhilHealth representative, bakit hindi nyo binalik sa PhilHealth ang claims na ito? Kaya po, that's the project of PhilHealth in the year 2024 po that we continue right now because nalalaman po ng hospital owners during that discussion, during that confirmation, na may mga claims pala na na-denied na hindi na ibalik sa PhilHealth. Now, yes, sir.
Sorry. Mr. Chair, if I... actually, ma'am, we hear you. The number is very big. Like you said, no, it's a big number. But maybe to put it in context, if you don't mind, Mr. Chair, this honorable committee, the percentage of total claims of RTH is less than 2%. So I know the number is big, ma'am, but if you look at it in percentage terms, that's less po than 2%. But at the same time, ma'am, we hear you.
Can you say it again, Mr. Ledesma?
Because you're saying the RTH number, it's a very huge number. I'm not denying that, ma'am, but I also want to say, just to put things into context, the percentage of total claims of RTH is less than 2%. So the number you mentioned, ma'am, is less than 2% of total claims.
Nonetheless, that's still a huge amount.
Yes, agree, ma'am. We agree.
I just want to share my apprehension in conclusion of my interpellation, Mr. Chair. We have received reports that because of delay in the payment of claims, some hospitals have ceased in continuing the certain services of the same. Some fully closed already. I am apprehensive that perhaps one of the reasons kung bakit hindi sila bumabalik is because the hospital shut down already. And for us to be enlightened, Mr. Limsiaco, I hope you can give us the details of that total amount of RTH. At least for one hospital, I can personally share with you that there is one hospital in my hometown, Mabini, Batangas. I hope I am wrong, but you can verify. I used to be one of the stockholders. The reason why they shut down is because of the delay in the payment of PhilHealth. That's from the point of view of one of the stockholders. Sana wala nang ibang hospital na ganito. Because you know what? That is the lone private hospital in my hometown. And when it closed, it really affected the healthcare system in my hometown. No? And it is hard to understand why the PhilHealth, the partner of the government, in implementing this mandate on healthcare system, is the reason why the hospital institutions will be closing. Thank you, Mr. Chair. That ends my interpellation.